I am going to show you a picture. Now, what are your thoughts? Small? Green? Tasty? I thought so. But the point that I wanted to get to is that it's indeed very small, barely noticeable. But could you imagine something even smaller than that? Something that you might not be able to see with your own eye? That right there is an atom. Something that you cannot see with your naked eye, yet it is still there. But what if I told you that our universe was even smaller than that before the Big Bang? It was just as small as a proton. And that small spot is called singularity. A gravitational singularity is a dot where the values that describe the gravitational field gets infinite value, and where the generally accepted physical laws ceases to be useful to describe different states. For example, Newton's gravitational law, and in this singularity case, that means that the two masses occupying the same space and the distance between the bodies is therefore zero. Then, from nowhere, that little piece started expanding, and it expanded into something so big that it is impossible for us to imagine. And all of this under such a small period of time and with such great speed that none of the technology that we have today could even measure. This happened without a single sound. But what was there before the Big Bang? In the short term, there was nothing, because time did not exist. It is kind of hard for anyone to imagine nothing. It really is. A lot of the times when you imagine nothing, you imagine an empty cookie jar, or maybe a playground with no children. But nothing is really just nothing, since nothing does not exist. When the universe started expanding, the string theory tells us that there was 10 dimensions created. 1 temporal dimension that we know as time, and 9 spatial dimensions where we only know 3, length, height, and depth. So, which are the remaining 6? Well, the other 6 are unknown and packed tightly together in the spatial dimensions that we know. But what if one of them weren't spatial, but instead temporary? Would we perceive time both forward and backwards? Why can't the dominoes rise back up? Why can't the wilted flower get its beauty back? And why can't the shattered vase be whole again? And why can't the popcorn go back into its shell? Because the universe moves towards a state of dissipation. With each and every second that passes, the universe keeps expanding. The distance between the planets and the stars become longer and longer. But there is a limitation to the universe's energy resource, which means that the stars eventually will die, one after the other. A theory named the Big Crush says that at the end of the expansion the result would be a contraction, which means that all the matter would contract into that small p yet again. So, what will happen at the end of time? Will it reverse? Or just stop and become nothing? Nobody knows the answer.